Hello, friend. I'm Lisa.
I would love to have a house of my own.
That is a great idea.
I like it very much.
Welcome to Miniature House. Wow!
Woo! Ta-da! Oh, wow!
Wow!
Woo! Wow, that's wonderful! Wow!
The Princess and the Moonlit Curse. The Kingdom of Evernight. In the far north stood the Kingdom of Evernight, where the sky was always touched by twilight. The people lit silver lanterns every evening, for the moon was their guardian. The Princess of Evernight was Princess Alara, with hair dark as midnight and eyes glowing pale blue. Unlike other princesses, she was born with a strange mark on her wrist, a crescent moon. The royal seers whispered, "When the moon wanes red, the princess will face her curse." The Red Moon. On her 18th birthday, the moon rose blood red. That night, Alara dreamed of a voice calling, "Daughter of the moon, come to me, or your kingdom shall fall into eternal shadow." The next morning, the kingdom's lakes froze solid, crops withered, and the moon did not shine. The people grew fearful, whispering that the princess herself had angered the heavens. But Alara, though frightened, declared, "If this curse is mine, then I must be the one to end it." The journey into the moonlit woods. Alara ventured alone into the moonlit woods, where silver trees glowed faintly even without the moon. There she met 3 strange companions: a wolf made of starlight who had lost its pack, a blind harpist who claimed to hear the music of the stars, a child made of glass, fragile yet unbroken. Each offered to guide her, for they too were bound to the moon's fate. These stutter forgotten light. Deep in the forest stood a ruined temple. Its walls were carved with moons in every phase, and at its center was a broken mirror that reflected no light. The blind harpist whispered, "Your curse lies here. The shadow within yourself is waiting." When Alara touched the mirror, it rippled like water, pulling her inside. The Hollow Island. At last, they reached a place few believed existed, the Hollow Island, hidden at the world's edge. There, they found Princess Nyx. She was tall, with hair black as raven wings and eyes that gleamed violet in the gloom. But she was not the monster of legend. She was only lonely. "Why have you come?" Nyx whispered. "Did you not banish me long ago?" Aurelian stepped forward, ashamed. "Our ancestors feared your shadows, but we do not. We need you, Nyx. Without you, the vein will die." Nyx turned away, her voice bitter. "If I join your song, the light will drown in darkness." Leora placed a flower in her hand. "A song without shadows is empty. Darkness gives meaning to light. You are not our curse. You are our harmony." For the first time in centuries, Nyx wept. The Song of Unity. The 7 princesses, light, storm, garden, fire, water, music, and shadow, stood together at the sky vein. They sang. Aurelian's voice blazed like dawn. Vera's voice roared like thunder. Leora's voice bloomed with petals of hope. Nyx's voice flowed like velvet night. Their melodies entwined, and the sky vein blazed into a new chain of stars, brighter than ever before. The island stopped drifting. The sky stilled. The people rejoiced. A new rule. But the princesses did not return to rule their islands alone. They had learned too much. They formed the Circle of Dawn, a council of equals. No longer would one voice rule without the others. Light and shadow, storm and blossom, flame and song, all balanced. And from that day, whenever the people looked up at the night sky, they saw the sky vein shining like a silver crown, reminding them of the 7 sisters who saved the world. The princesses of the floating islands. The islands above the world. Far above the mortal lands, 7 crystal islands floated in the skies. Each island was unique. One was crowned with gardens, another with thunderclouds, another with rivers that spilled into the air and turned into misty rainbows. Every island had its own princess, born from the breath of the heavens. They were not only rulers, but also guardians, each carrying a piece of the ancient sky vein, the chain of light that bound the floating islands together. The people adored them, for they were kind and wise. But no one knew that deep in the shadows, the chain had begun to weaken. The fracture. On the Festival of Stars, when lanterns were released into the night, a thunderous crack split the sky. The islands trembled. The sky vein that tied them together flickered like a dying flame. Panic spread. Bridges of light between islands shattered, leaving people stranded. The king of the clouds proclaimed, "If the vein breaks, the islands will drift apart into the endless heavens. We will be lost forever." The only hope was the Song of Unity, a melody older than the islands themselves. But it could only be sung by all 7 princesses together. The problem was, one princess had been missing for centuries. Princess Nyx of Shadows. The decision. In the Crystal Hall of Sunrise Island, Princess Aurelian gathered her sisters Vera and Leora. Aurelian, with hair like molten gold, slammed her sword onto the marble table. "We cannot wait. The vein is cracking faster each night. We must find Nyx." Vera spread her silver wings, her storm gray eyes uncertainty. "She vanished long ago. What if she is dead?" Leora touched a vine that bloomed from her hand. Her voice was soft but firm. "Legends say she was not dead, only forgotten. If we do not try, our people will perish." The 3 clasped hands, and so their journey began. The Sea of Falling Stars. Their first trial was the Sea of Falling Stars, a void of endless storms where comets rained like arrows. The wind tore at their cloaks. Vera tried to shield them with her wings, but a storm spirit caught her, dragging her into the abyss. "Vera!" Aurelian cried, leaping after her. But it was Leora who saved them. She sang, and from her lips bloomed vines of glowing blossoms. The flowers twined together, forming a bridge of petals that pulled Vera back. Vera gasped, holding her sisters. "If you had not sung, I would have been lost." Leora only smiled. "We will not survive if we keep saving ourselves alone. Only together." The Mirror Clouds. Next, they entered the Mirror Clouds, a labyrinth where every misty wall reflected their fears. Aurelian saw herself as a tyrant queen, burning the islands to ash. Vera saw herself wingless, crawling helplessly upon the ground. Leora saw her gardens wilt, her people starving. The illusions whispered, "You are not worthy. You will fail." Aurelian raised her sword to shatter the visions but stopped. She dropped the weapon. "These shadows are lies. I am not alone." She reached for her sister's hands. The mirror shattered and the mist cleared. The Shadow Princess. Within the mirror world stood another Alara, her shadow self. This Alara had eyes of fire and a cruel smile. "Why should we serve the moon? Why not rule the night ourselves?" The shadow tempted her. If she embraced the curse, she would gain endless power, even immortality. The kingdom would bow before her. Alara trembled. For a moment, she wanted to say yes. But then the glass child stepped forward, his fragile body gleaming. Strength without mercy shatters like glass without care. Her wolf companion howled, and the harpist struck a single note that echoed with truth. Elara remembered her people, their lanterns, their hope. She faced her shadow and said, "You are part of me, but you will not rule me." Painting while in the curse. Elara embraced her shadow, not as an enemy, but as a hidden half. The two Elaras merged, light and darkness twined together. The crescent mark on her wrist glowed, no longer a curse, but a bond. The broken mirror reformed into a circle of moonlight, and when Elara stepped through, the real moon returned to the sky, brighter than ever. The lakes thawed, the fields bloomed, and the people rejoiced. Evernight's Moon Queen.